Hi everyone. In this video we're going to be looking at the Manhattan mod. We're going to look at why it's so special, what it comes with, and what you'll need to purchase separately to get started. So this is the Manhattan mod. It's going to stand out right away because you'll see that it's copper, and not only the outside but the inside parts are all copper as well. Only things that are not copper are things like the grommets or the clamp holders. But other than that, a good 90-95% of this whole product is copper. Something else that you will need to purchase separately is obviously you are going to have your own tank. You'll need an IMR battery charger, and you'll need IMR battery or batteries. It only takes one IMR battery, but it's up to you to decide which one it is that you want to use. It takes a 26 650 IMR battery, or it can take a 18 650 IMR battery. Now both of these batteries, you'll notice they are the same in length. The only thing difference is their diameter. So the bigger diameter one, this one is called the 26 650. This one is called the 18 650. Same length, but just different diameters. It takes both. The 26 650, the larger one, it will fit more snugly because that's the perfect size. The 18 650 also works because the length is the same, but you might hear it wiggle around in there. So it's up to you which one you choose to use. But you will need to purchase these separately. They do not come in the box. So this is what the Manhattan mod looks like. There's a logo on there. AV stands for AmeriVape Technology, and you'll notice the logo can be read out when the mod is held vertically one way. It also reads AV when it's held vertically the other way, so it can be read both ways. Something else that's going to stand out right away is the firing button. On many mods, the firing button is a little wiggly, and you can feel that it doesn't push back right away, or it's working, but the quality or the strength of the firing button is not all there. But this one, it pushes back right away very fast. One of the reasons for that is the big magnet that's inside, and we're going to look at that really quick right now. But the firing button is excellent on this mod. So let's take it apart and see all the little parts that are inside and what the purpose is. So let's take apart the firing button plate first. So you'll notice there's a little seam right there, closest to the firing button. That's where you grab on and you rotate counterclockwise, and this will come off. And you'll notice when you push the firing button, there's a little pin in there, a copper connection that moves in and out. It's actually held together by a threaded rod inside. So if you want to take that off, you push your firing button, you grab on, and right now it's hand tightened, so I can loosen it with my hand. If you really want to get it good on there, then you can use a flathead screwdriver and tighten it on there really well. It has a slotted design for a flathead screwdriver, but right now it's hand tightened, so I'm just gonna rotate it counterclockwise, and that's what it looks like. And that's what the rod looks like inside. Now as soon as I let go, the firing button is gonna come away, and you'll notice that it pushes away, like it's repelling. I try to put it in, but there's two magnets inside, opposite polarities, so they push away from each other, and that's how it should be. Just so you guys can see how big the magnet is, this is the size of the magnet, so it's a pretty big magnet. So that's what causes the firing button to repel really fast. When we want to put it back together, the only thing that you want to keep in mind is the magnet. It has two polarities. The only thing that you want to keep in mind is the magnet has two polarities. So if you bring it close and it doesn't repel, if it feels like it's going to stick, You don't want to put that side in first. You want it to repel. So I'm going to check which side repels. So when the magnet is facing this way, it's causing it to repel. And if I go this way, it's pulling it in. I don't want to do that. I want to have it this way, so it's pushing away from each other. And you can feel it. So what I do is I grab it and I put my firing button back in. And now that I'm trying to push it in, it's still repelling, but I force it in that hole right there. And before I force it in that hole, you guys will see little holes right there. And you see on the bottom, that's the opposite end of the holes. So what that's for is the IMR battery. When the IMR batteries vent the heat, these holes expel the heat outwards, so the mod doesn't contain the heat inside. So that's a pretty great addition to this mod. So I'm going to put it back in. Now that I have it back in, I'm going to grab that little copper connection with the slotted design that I took off, and I'm going to screw it back on. And I'm just going to hand tighten it. And the magnets are so strong that the IMR battery basically sticks on the magnet. Now we're going to look at the other parts in the tube. So this is the top part of the tube. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to take it out. Something else that you'll notice is it has a little copper 510 connection right there. You can get it out. All you need is something skinny to poke it with. And on some mods, it's a screw that's inside. This is just in there with a rubber grommet, so it's really easy to get in and out and really easy to adjust. You don't have to fiddle with a screwdriver trying to get the screw out or in. It's very simple. When you get it, you can just push it out. And it fell out in my hand right there. That's what it looks like. This one doesn't have any slotted designs because it's not meant to. It's not a screw. So when you're ready to use it, you can put it back in. I just took it out so I can show you how to get it out. You can put it back in and you can just push it in slightly. Now, most of you who have used mods will know that how far the connection sits in and out, it is gonna vary from what tank you have. So one tank you might need the connection rod to sit down further. One you might need it to sit up higher. How do you know? Well, this one is easy. You just put it in and you let it be. You don't need to adjust it. You don't need to do anything. When you start tightening your atomizer in, it's gonna push the connection pin down and it's gonna adjust it to the height that's perfect for your tank that you have that you're gonna use then and there. So let's close this mod back up. Again, I'm gonna quickly go over why this mod is so unique. All copper, not lots of parts, not lots of wires, very hefty, very good quality, made in the US. The firing button pushes back very fast. It has air holes to vent the heat from the batteries. Easy to use, 510 connection pin that changes depending on what tank you're using. And it really is a very simple but a quality mod, a unique mod with everything thought out. It has the air holes in there, all copper. Only little things that are not copper like the grommets, the clamp holders, but everything else is copper. So I use the 26-650 battery to put it in there, but you can also use 18-650 battery. So I'm going to get our tank back on there. And as I'm pushing it in, I'm just pushing down. And as it tightens, it's going to push the connection pin down. And that's it. Now let's see if it works. So that was the Manhattan mod. Yeah, it's pretty popular for people who have been vaping for a while. If you're just getting into it or if you're a mod enthusiast, this would definitely be one of the mods that you need to check out.